First look at the Cavs. Sixers did not meet them in preseason, and of course is an entirely different team with 5 rookies and a new coach. And Hinson, the ex-Cavalier, wins it for the 76ers. Sixers 13-7. They have won 6 of their last 8 games, shooting now at the basket in front of their bench. BARKLEY comes up on Cheeks. Here's BARKLEY, who's determined to have a good game tonight. Around to Sedale in the starting lineup, and he's guarded by Harper. A move by Hinson. Missed it, and the rebound goes to John Williams. And here's BARKLEY, the playmaking guard, although he is averaging 3 fewer assists per game at this moment than he did last year when he was in the top 10. Hubbard in trouble at the baseline, overshoots, and a rebound for McCormick. The Sixers were out-rebounded last night, 49-32. Play to Hinson again. Williams has him. Maurice Cheeks coming off a rare poor performance last night. Cavs playing pretty good defense. And McCormick tosses it in. You know, last night the Sixers shot only 34%, a season low.
They could not get it together. The double teams were really tough, and they turned the ball over too many times.
There's Dougherty. He almost wound up in a Sixer uniform 24 hours before the NBA draft. He was traded. Draft rights to him. Harper, who is averaging 22 points a game to lead the Cavaliers, hits first tonight.
Harper is really a talented player. He does so many things with the ball. Great open court player. He's learning the half-court offense because he missed the entire training camp and exhibition season.
He has been likened to the great Michael Jordan. And that's quite a compliment just to say his name. How about that move by Cheeks? Maurice goes inside on a dandy play.
I did ask Lenny about that. He picked me out a player who thought he was like, and he didn't mention Michael Jordan. So,
well, that would put the onus on him if the coach did that, don't you think?
I think so.
I mean, that's really... Oh, look at Cheeks. Beautiful steal by Maurice, who is in the top 10. Ahead to BARKLEY, goes around BARKLEY. No, it spills out. Cheeks, offensive rebound, shoots up an air ball. Oh, that's too bad.
You hardly ever see Charles miss a shot like that when he's in that tight.
Beat it inside, and the layup by Phil Hubbard. So the Cavaliers come on to tie the Sixers 4-aside. Want to go to Hinson again. Play to him, guarded by Hot Rod Williams. Illegal defense, the call on the Cavaliers. Earl Stroud, who is working this game with Lee Jones, makes the call.
Illegal defense, the double team takes place, and what happens, the player was not in the proper defensive position.
Lenny Wilkins said he was tired of being general manager, said he realized he enjoyed coaching a lot more than front office work, and that's why he left Seattle to return to Cleveland, where he was a player. Hinson, no, tipped by McCormick, and that wouldn't go either. So the Cavaliers have a chance to take their first lead. Dougherty digs along the baseline, and a layup for Hubbard.
It's a good pass. You know how that happened with Lenny Wilkins. I was in New York with him. And Lenny, we were talking for about a half hour one day, and I'm telling him how much I enjoyed the action. Lenny indicated to me at that time that he liked the action and was really going to get back into it.
Cheeks with a turnover, ahead to Hubbard, who has trouble controlling, but gets it along the baseline. Here's Dougherty with a jump shot. It's good. Brad Dougherty showed some range on the jumper, and the Cavaliers lead at 8-4. And a timeout will be taken by the Sixers. 8:48 left in the quarter, and it's 8-4 Cleveland. 3 minutes and 12 seconds have gone by. Cavaliers lead at 8-4. A week from tonight, the 20th, the Sixers host the Detroit Pistons. Come for this great doubleheader. First, watch BARKLEY and company destroy Detroit, and then watch as George the Animal Steele and fellow wrestlers slam dunk in 2 free matches right after the game. The game time will be 8 o'clock next Saturday. Sixers got off to a quick start here and now have to get working again. BARKLEY goes inside, he gets hammered. This will be the first Cleveland foul of the night.
And the Cavs switched out on this play. Dougherty ended up playing BARKLEY from the outside. That's a mismatch. Charles is just a little bit too quick for him, made a good spin move in there and was open. The Sixers were crying out for illegal defense. The defensive team did have a player stationed in the middle, and the officials did miss it.
Charles BARKLEY, a 75%er on the line. You know, last night the Sixers did make headway at the free throw line, which is not all that often that the visiting team will get a chance to do that. But the Sixers had only 27 field goals last night.
Doherty, when he was drafted, they thought that he was going to be a very weak player. He showed much greater strength than they ever thought.
Whoa, Henson, look at that move. You can see it in his eyes. When he got the ball, you knew he was going to the hoop.
And the Sixers have done a good thing at the start of this game, going to Henson, trying to get him off, since this is where the place he played.
Roy told me before the game he had to leave 7 tickets for the game tonight, which is something because players are allowed only 2 per player. So he had to do a little politicking among his teammates. McCormick's jump shot, short, and rebounded by Bagley. Bagley on a looper inside, goes to Doherty. A goaltending. Scored the basket for Doherty, his second field goal.
Doherty is also, according to Lenny Wilkins, a very fluid player. He doesn't look like he's trying all that much, but he's a very smooth player, and sometimes that's deceiving.
His grandfather was a full-blooded Cherokee. Sedale's shot was way off target, but a rebound by Barkley. Here's Charles making a move, and he banks it in. Barkley's first field goal of the game. Cavaliers like to run, and look at Barkley block the shot by Harper. What a play by Charles. A legal block, and this crowd even responds to that. Charles, baseline drive, reverse, and a slam.
And you saw on that last play, Harper, that what he does best. He's really a great open court player.
Henson way out on Doherty. Now they play inside the Hot Rod Williams coming back after a heel bruise. He's wearing a special insert tonight because they were fearful that that heel bruise would require him to go on the injured list if he played him. Barkley on the
number 34, Charles Barkley.
Barkley, when he gets the step on the player and that basket, he gets it to the basket. He does an incredible job of just getting it down.
Oh, Bagley used an arm to fend off Cheeks that time. Could have been called on a foul on that play. Sixers lead 11-10. Williams makes a strong move. Williams has been fouled. McCormick fouls Williams. That'll be the second team foul on the Sixers. So Hot Rod Williams out of Tulane will go to the free throw line. He was drafted in '85 but could not play last year until his name was cleared in that point shaving scandal.
And he got the name Hot Rod from scooting across the floor as a baby. You know that? Making engine sound noises. And he got that name, Hot Rod. Very interesting. Barkley does this great coming down the court, chasing the player down, and has that great timing to be able to block shots like that.
You know, the Sixers are averaging 14 block shots a game. Sedale 3 takes it right on in, but it doesn't fall. Hot Rod rebounds and gets it out to Harper. Harper on the run, fires it up over Barkley that time. He put a little extra loop on it that time because he knew Charles was there. Cheeks gives to Barkley. Good, he's fouled. And Charles gets a high five on the bench from David Wingate.
He could have got a high five from everybody on that play. Cheeks knows where Barkley is all the time. He looks for him coming down on the break. Charles knows what he's doing coming down on the break.
You can see
Wingate uses his body, yeah. So that was kind of cute. David came out on the floor and they went over and gave each other a high five. That's good team spirit.
And Barkley with 8 points already as the 76ers move up 14-11. Hubbard had an injury early in the year. He was not signed in training camp. Williams along the baseline. McCormick is there, but Williams goes in anyway. Hot Rod for his first field goal. And halfway through this opening quarter, Sixers lead by a point. The Cavaliers did not play last night, so they're well rested. Sixers. Ooh, how about Harper banged into Sedale just as he released the ball. Didn't bother the shot, but he planted him afterwards.
That's an old pro trick. Whether he got hit or not, when you work off that screen and you shoot that jumper, and he did get hit, but even if you don't get hit, it's a good point to fall down because you bring to the attention to the official the fact that you might have been fouled.
Number 24, Keith Lee, is into the game now for Cleveland as Doherty comes out, and Lee played some outstanding basketball against the Sixers last year. He was tough. Now it's 17-13 favor the Sixers.
They had Keith Lee playing the small forward spot last year, and he's just not quick enough for that. He's got to play the 4 spot or 5 spot.
Outside shot by Harper. He's leading the club in scoring at 22 a night. Sixers, of course, being led by Barkley, who averages 23 a night. Dale looks inside. Barkley posted on his side. Here's Charles working against Hubbard. A little off target this time, and a rebound grabbed by Harper. Nice to have a guy like Harper do a little rebounding at guard. He can do it. No good for Hubbard. Rebounded by Hinson, the ex-Cavalier. Barkley dumps it inside to Hinson. No good, and out over McCormick's head to the Cavaliers, and Bagley's got it. Bagley takes a long shot. You know, I would have to question some of the shots he has taken, at least in the game against the Sixers.
One of the things that the Cavs have not done well this year, in the early part of the year, is shoot three-point shots. They're shooting a very low percentage.
And they are the poorest free throw shooting team in the NBA. They are a little bit under 70%, which is really low. Barkley gets double teamed. We're seeing that all the time now. And he makes a bad pass. Intercepted by Bagley, 2-on-2 as the Cavs come up. Dropped by Harper, picks it up, reverses, scores with the left hand.
Charles appears to be holding that ball a little bit too long when that double team takes place. They're really putting great pressure on him. What has to happen in a situation like that? The players have to rotate toward the ball, and then the pass has to be thrown quickly.
Game is now tied 17-all. Straightaway jumper for Charles. It is no good, and tipped off the glass by Lee. Now Earl Strawn calls the whistle and says it's going to be interference.
Well, I'd say that's a gift.
I agree with you.
It was only off the rim by about a half a foot. I think he missed that.
Well, Yogi's entitled. That's the first one he ever missed. Here's Hubbard missing the shot, rebounded by Barkley.
First one he's only missed.
In his
Ever-missed.
entire career, yes. Here's Cheeks on a drive. Throw it up off the glass and good. Nice play by Cheeks, his second field
Cheeks,
goal.
he has that control going in there. He just can sense where those defensive players are. He shoots the ball around them, through them any way he can.
Cavaliers take time. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Sixers lead 21-17. Playing into Hot Rod Williams. He sees daylight. Tough shot for him. Tried to go on a running hook. Rebounded by Barkley. To Cheeks, back off to Charles. A slammer.
I love that play. I love it. Cheeks just waits for Barkley to come right down the middle of the court, seeing him all the time, and makes a great pass.
And Charles has 12 of the Sixers' 23. Bagley is open, so he'll take this one. No question there. Tipped up by Hubbard. No. Williams lets it get away, and Sedale raced it along, and so it's going to be Cleveland ball as Sedale touched it on the sideline. Kenny Green's going to be first off the Sixer bench tonight. Kenny coming in, he had a good night. He had some playing time last night in New Jersey and came up with a season-high 12 points. He'll be in there for McCormick. Keith Lee off target, rebounded by Kenny, and then it slips away. It's going to be Sixer ball. To Barkley, this time he's not doubled immediately, and Cheeks is wide open underneath.
This is one of the problems the Cavs have been having. They're a little bit lax on their defense. They're not exactly sure what they're supposed to be doing on double teaming. That case, the Cheeks cut through and was wide open.
Sixers up by 8 now after having been down by 4. Talk about swings last night. Sixers up by 11 and lost by 33. That's a 44-point swing. You can't see many more than that.
I've seen everything, Andy.
Well, that's why we have you here. You've seen it all. Hey, but last night was unusual because we thought the game in Phoenix was a stinker, and it was. But last night topped it. Whistle sounds as Hinson shoots. He's been fouled. Hinson will get some shots out of this as he's been fouled on the play by Lee. Cleveland bringing Mark West into the game. He has started quite a few games this year, including the last 2. He will spell Hubbard now. Number 41, Mark West.
And Mark West has done a good job for this team. He's worked very hard. He's improved his shooting. They go to him a lot more this year, using him down low in post-up situations as a result of the work that he's put in. He's a very good shot blocker in college.
How about Henson goes 0 for 2. We mentioned the Cavaliers are the poorest free throw shooting team, but the Sixers have already missed 3 of them tonight. They are only 3 out of 6 at the line right now. Harper thinks about the outside shot. Lee sees middle open, and West gets the feed and the layup. West, who is averaging 9 points a game. And the Sixers lead 25-19. Barkley, 10-footer. 14 for Barkley, 14 out of the Sixers' 27. Bagley. Lee tried to knock it in one motion, couldn't, and Henson boards. Sedale feeds Barkley, who's really active tonight. Good, and he's fouled. Charles off to a whirlwind start tonight as he has well over half the points, and we're running out of space on the score sheet.
He might try to kick the next one in. He's been doing everything with it so far. On this play, he didn't have any choice. Once he heard that whistle blow, he just threw it up with his left hand.
Number 25, Mark Price, comes into the game now for the Cavaliers. Rookie out of Georgia Tech.
I'm sure if you ask Charles after the game if he played it off the board, he'll tell you yes.
Oh, yeah. And Charles now with 17 points, 17 out of the 30. The Cavaliers are in the penalty now on that foul. And Price takes over the handle.
And this is what Price does so well. He forces the ball up the court, probably better than any guard that they have.
Harper was in trouble. Williams flips it back to Harper, had trouble catching it, then hits the underside of the rim, but he was fouled. Sixers committing their 3rd team foul, first of the last 2 minutes. Kenny Green will be called here. Matty Gucci tried to help Earl make that call, and
Harper was wide open from the beginning. The pass was not a good pass. Harper, with his good instincts, was able to control it. Finally got control and was able to get the ball up to the basket and was fouled.
Harper at the free throw line from Miami of Ohio, the 8th player taken in the draft. Just a kid, he's 22. He hails from the Dayton area. So it is 30-21. The Sixers on top.
Sixers are into their spread situation. This is a good matchup. They created the double team.
Sedale fires over Williams, and Henson, even though Williams is much taller.
That was definitely illegal defense because they did have one player not playing anyone.
And a whistle sounds as Williams goes on the run. And the Cavaliers turn it over.
On walking. This is a good set for Barkley because he has West playing him and he just can't play him.
He stopped to tie a shoelace, and Cheeks kept the ball alive while Charles recovered. Did it go across midcourt? It did.
Backcourt pass ball.
So that's the 3rd Sixer turnover. Coach Matty Gucci, with the initial stages of a flu bug setting in, is a little frustrated with these early turnovers tonight. Matty not feeling tip-top. Now the Sixers get it back as the Cavs commit a turnover. Here's Kenny Green right on in. Lee fouls him in a basket. It'll be the 3rd play where the Sixers have a chance to get 3 here in the 1st quarter.
And I think it's obvious the Cavs are not getting back on defense. This pass is way left of the floor. It's always the responsibility of the guards to be back on defense. You don't see any guards back there. And Kenny was ripped.
His free throw puts the Sixers up by 14. We have 5 seconds left in the quarter. Here comes Price. Price fires on the run for 3, and he hits it. A 3-point field goal by Price. At the end of the 1st quarter, Sixers lead 35-24. Number 54, Mel Turpin, out of Kentucky, is into the game. He's in his 3rd NBA season. He has been a bit of a disappointment. I know you had a chance to talk with Lenny Wilkins today. How's he feel about Turpin?
He just feels that Mel's a little bit slow. He's a very fine offensive player, but he's been shooting poorly of late.
West no good, rebounded by Green. Sedale. Shooting a much better percentage than last night.
And that's what the Sixers need more than anything else, outside shooting. Got to get those jumpers to drop.
Oh, Harper just did avoid a midcourt. Turpin's shot is good. Mel Turpin, who is averaging 8 points per game.
And when Turpin is playing well, that's what he does best. He's an excellent shooter.
So it's 37-26, the 76ers. Barkley inside, blocked by Williams. Hot Rod got up for that one. So Charles, who blocked one cleanly earlier, has one smacked away from himself. David Wingate in for the Sixers now. He's guarding Harper. West goes inside and scores. 4 points for West.
It's too easy to score when you give that inside post position. He was too close to the basket.
Here's Wingate. Nearly lost the ball. Now fights for it. Gets triple teamed. And we hear the whistle sound. 3-second violation. Kenny Dukas shouted that was a loose ball in there, and Lee Jones said it's still 3 seconds. Price slapped away inside by Sedale. Now the Cavaliers will bring Phil Hubbard back into the game, number 35, and he will give John Hot Rod Williams his first blow of the night.
And Hubbard has been having trouble shooting lately also because of that thumb problem he has on his right hand. He has not been fluid.
No, he was 1 for 11 against Indiana. Harper gets it up. It'll still be Cleveland ball as Hinson couldn't handle underneath. Early stages of the second quarter from the Richfield Coliseum, a building constructed back in 1974. This building seats almost 21,000. Had it filled a week ago tonight. It's pretty full tonight. Barkley scores. Sixers running. So are the Cavs. Makes an interesting game. Beautiful play by Kenny Green.
That was a great move by Kenny, just having the instincts to just take the ball to the basket as quickly as possible.
Mark Price feeds the post and Hubbard dishes back. Price's jump shot is good. The youngster from Georgia Tech. He had a three-pointer to end the first quarter, if you'll recall. That's his first two-point field goal. Barkley for three, short.
Charles apparently likes to try that once a game.
Price is fouled by three. Now the Cavaliers are going to bring another rookie into the game. Number 22, Johnny Newman from Richmond, who is 6'7". He was a forward in college, wasn't he?
He was a forward in college, and he's been having trouble adjusting to the two-guard spot. Kenny makes a great play on this play. The reason it was a great play because there was no indecision whatsoever. He just took the ball when he saw the opening and just went with it.
Price is on the line. He sinks his first one. And adds the second one as well to make it 39-32 as the Cavs come back. They were 14 down right before that three-pointer, which ended the opening quarter.
We were talking about Johnny Newman. He did play primarily small forward in college and now has to learn that two-spot.
Barkley.
He's doing that more and more like George McGinnis, only he has two hands on the ball. George used to do that all the time.
You mean shooting on the way down?
Yeah, on the way down, only George used to use one hand with the ball.
It's not a good idea, though.
Not with one hand, but if you have two hands on the ball, it's a great idea.
Turpin misses. And the Sixers pick it up on the run. Wingate shuffles to Sedale, who finds Barkley, who finds the hoop.
And Price almost found the stands. He wasn't about to wait in there.
Barkley continues at about 50%. By that, I mean he has 21 of the Sixers' 43 points. That's close. Can't keep that up all night. Turpin from way outside.
You cannot drop on Turpin. He's too good an outside shooter. He'll stand out there and hit those all night long.
Sixers hit 60% in the opening quarter tonight, 15 of 25. A foul. And the Cavaliers were at 40%, 10 of 25.
The foul is on number 35, Bill Hubbard.
Hubbard commits that personal foul.
That's his first in first.
What is happening tonight, Barkley's being double-teamed, but the passes are a bit sharper. The players are cutting a little bit harder. And quite frankly, the Cleveland team is not doing near the job that the Nets did last night.
One of the Sixers, number 42.
Timmy McCormick returns now for the 76ers. He'll be in for Hinson. Sixers short-handed again tonight. Cliff Robinson not here. Julius Erving not here. And of course, Jeff Whelan still on the injury. Sedale now with 9 points. Sixers up 45-34. Sixers won the boards in the opening quarter tonight. 13-10 in the rebounding column. Price for three. He got it. Second three-pointer for Price, and he has 10 points in a hurry.
And you have to make Price put the ball on the floor. He's too good of an outside shooter. You have to make him put it on the floor.
McCormick, he had trouble catching the ball. He was running hard down the lane. Price dishing off, and laid up and in by Johnny Newman.
Lenny Wilkins said to me this afternoon, he says, Price is my kind of player. I guess so.
With a play like that, I can see it.
The guy's doing everything.
Timeout, Philadelphia. 7:28 left in the first half. Sixers lead 45-39. Sixers had a 14-point lead. It has dwindled some here. Kenny Green operates against Hubbard. It is off target and rebound by Turpin, who gets it out to Price. He's been a big contributor to Cleveland's comeback, and here he fires again, short this time. And we're going to have a turnover. The ball goes over to Philadelphia.
That's what you like to see your guards do, though. Bring that ball down the court as fast as you can, pull up and shoot that jumper. Good, smart play on the part of Price.
Price is guarding Cheeks now, finds Wingate, moves along the baseline, bangs up against Turpin. No, but there's a foul, and it's on Turpin, I would imagine.
Foul is on number 54, Alexander. That's his first.
Yeah, it is Turpin.
David is one of these players that likes to take that ball to the basket. He came off the screen, had the open 15-footer, but really doesn't have all that much confidence in that shot. He has more confidence actually just taking it right to the basket and does get fouled.
Wingate getting a lot of playing time for a rookie in Philadelphia. 1 out of 2 at the line. Turpin for the rebound. Sixers ahead 46-39. Johnny Newman swinging around to Mark West. Hubbard makes a move inside. Flips it up over top. Barkley. 6 points now for Phil Hubbard.
Hubbard, what a worker he is. Bernie Bickerstaff, when he was my assistant, he used to always kid Hubbard about not having a move going to the right. And so Hubbard worked on that move and just developed it to such a degree that he can go left and right now.
Illegal defense. Hubbard likes to kid himself about having white man's disease. He says he can't jump.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a hard worker. He's in this league because he plays very, very hard.
He's had some leg injuries over the years, and I guess that's one of the things that keeps him from. But they say he cannot dunk. That's unusual for a pro player. Well, the illegal D was turned into a technical because it was the second against the Cavaliers. Sixers have not been warned tonight about illegal D. Barkley fires on a popper, no good, and the rebound bounces out to Price.
And that's the shot that Charles has got to start hitting. That medium-range jump shot. That'll make him even more effective.
Price for three, and that's his third of the game. 13 points for Price, and 3 of them on 3 bites. Wow, they're back within 3 now at 47-44 after the Sixers led 35-21. 9 for Maurice. Here's Price again. Watch him. Dishes off, and Barkley intercepted, but then carries it out.
See, no wonder Lenny Wilkins likes that guard, because you always like guards to push that ball up the floor and know what they're doing.
That's the way Lenny used to do it himself.
Yeah.
Hubbard comes hits him back into the Sixers now, replacing Kenny Green. Here's Johnny Newman dishing inside to Turpin. He gets McCormick in the air, and he gets McCormick to foul him. Second team foul on the 76ers. Wingate is calling the foul, not McCormick.
That's his first team second.
Now off the Cleveland bench, Harper re-entering the game. He was a starter tonight. We're in the second quarter with 5.5 minutes to play. Sixers back on the road again to wind up this road trip on Tuesday night at Milwaukee. We'll have that one for you also at 8 p.m. right here on Channel 17.
We were talking about all these rookie players. Lenny thinks that both Harper and John Williams have a chance to be stars. What happens when you have a young team, it really does take a lot of patience and understanding. It's going to take a lot of time to develop these players, but at some point it has to happen.
Interesting that he would say that about them, though, and not the guy that they took #1, Dougherty.
I thought it was strange also, but
Hinson partially blocked, rebounded by Turpin. Here come the Cavs, chance to run. Harper. He's got 10 points, and the Cavaliers are within 1 now, 49-48. Sixers take a 22nd timeout with 5:14 left in the half. Monday at 8 on the moving picture, Danny Kaye stars in Skokie, the true story of a small town's efforts to ban a group of Nazis from a local parade. That's only on Channel 17.
Price really runs a good fast break. This is your 2-on-1 fast break. He has control of the basketball, makes that pass to the player in his rhythm, and he didn't give the pass away. The defensive player back, Cheeks, who does a great job playing against plays like that, was a bit faked out on the play, and so Harper was able to get in and get the layup.
Sixers back on the floor now with Wingate and Cheeks operating at guard. McCormick's the center, Barkley and Hinson are the forwards. Turpin got a piece of that, and the Cavaliers come away with it. Harper.
And that's where Harper is so good in the open court. He has that ability to break a defensive player down. He's very clever with the ball. He knows exactly what he's doing. Made a good move to the left, faked the player out, and he carries the ball to the basket so well.
13 points now in the game for Harper. Sedale Threet back in for the 76ers now. Barkley working inside, and he gets a basket. 23 already for Barkley tonight. He has already hit his average, and here we are in the first half.
And they don't have anyone out there to stop Barkley.
Off balance flip by Hubbard. He just kind of tossed it up there. I think he was looking to get fouled, and he didn't. McCormick under a full head of steam. West has fouled McCormick. Naturally, he disagrees.
Whenever the players look alarmed, it's probably not a foul. That's not a fair statement, I don't think.
Because they look alarmed almost all the time.
It was difficult to call that play, though, even looking at it on the replay.
You know, I read where Kevin Lockery said by sitting out last year, he developed a different feel for the officials. He said, they don't really push the games the way I thought they did, and I'm trying to be more liberal. Would you agree with that?
Basically, I think the officials do a very good job. I think it's a very tough game to officiate. I think they're right on the plays most of the time. There are just so many plays that are judgment calls that are just too difficult. And you're going to make some mistakes when you have all these judgment calls.
Harper's running one-hander. No. West, yes.
And Earl Strom out there, I think, is one of the best officials ever as far as judgment in a basketball game.
I agree with you. And now the Cavaliers are up, and here they come with a steal. They have taken a 1-point lead. Taken back by Cheeks. A little wide open right now. Sedale Threet. It's going to be a charge. Offensive foul Threet, and Barkley says, don't worry about it.
And I want to point out again, that's the big difference with Cheeks and Threet coming down on the break. Threet in this situation was a bit out of control and took off a little bit too soon and had no choice. Cheeks, on the other hand, would have taken that extra dribble and more than likely passed off to Barkley. That's the difference between Cheeks being the ideal point guard and Threet learning the position.
Kenny Green now comes in for McCormick for the Sixers. Just under 4 minutes to play first half. Here's another move by West. It rims and comes out to Hinson. The Cavaliers are ahead by a point, 53-52. Turpin comes out on Sedale. He fires anyway. He burned the big guy.
Well, you ought to be able to beat Turpin from the outside. He doesn't have that great quickness. Threet did the smart thing, just standing there facing up and shooting.
Another pair for Price. He's got 15 now, including 3 3-pointers. Barkley screens for Cheeks. Maurice into the middle. And we've got illegal defense for the 3rd time against the Cavaliers.
Illegal defense.
And Earl doesn't make any mistakes on these illegal defenses. He knows what he's doing. This was a situation where the player was in the wrong defensive area. And when you have all these young players out there, these rookie players, they really don't quite understand the rules.
Earl's explaining it to one of them right now. He was explaining it to Harper while the free throw was being shot.
Well, that's probably the way referees do it. They blame someone else and then put it on Harper. You could see he was way out of position.
Cheeks draws the double team. Sedale. It's a 3-point try, no good, but rebounded by West. And the Cavaliers now are doing a good job on the board. Turpin. Cleveland on top, 57-55. 2:40 to play in the first half. Sixers back home against these Cavaliers next Wednesday night. Sedale, 10-footer. No. Barkley, blocked by West, jump ball. Oh, West took the challenge on Charles.
And that was a great play because Charles did in fact go up. He wanted to come back down, but West had all ball.
Timeout Cleveland, 57-55 the Cavs. Well, sure enough, the New Jersey Nets, who knocked off the Sixers last night, went to Indiana tonight and lost to the Pacers 95-91.
Now this is a great block. The official was right on the call. Perfect block by West.
And the jump ball won by the Cavaliers. Last touch by Threet. Channel 17, WPHL TV in Philadelphia, sending you the action. Halftime tonight, Atlanta 63, New York 47. They called a foul on Threet on that play. McCormick re-enters for the Sixers. Also coming in is Wingate. Coming out will be Threet and Barkley. Stay with us at halftime. Julius Erving is not here tonight, but he will be featured at halftime. Price, and he has a career high. That's 17 points for Price, the rookie who has had a career high here in one half. Boston, Washington tied halftime tonight, 59 aside. 59 aside. That makes more sense.
Mark Price is an accomplished singer. I know you know that, and he is also an accomplished jump shooter. Formed a group with his father and a couple of brothers, and they sing in some religious clubs in Atlanta.
Turpin turns around and goes up on McCormick, no good. Rebounded out to Cheeks. Less than 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Maurice. No, and Turpin has another rebound. Turpin's been something on the boards here. Harper. Dishes off. Price. Block. Cleveland ball.
And that was an incredible play by Roy Hinson, because Harper running the break just did about everything you could do on the fast break. Made a great pass, didn't give the pass away, and Hinson has those long arms and great ability to block shots.
Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas are going head-to-head tonight, and Detroit leads the Lakers 70-55 at the half. No good for Hubbard. Hot Rod Williams is back in the game now for the Cavaliers. Whoa! Harper from nowhere.
Everybody blocks your shot nowadays.
That's becoming a more prevalent fact in the NBA all the time. You mentioned the Sixers are blocking 14 a game. And Maurice now with a dozen points. It's a 59-all tie as we approach halftime. Harper from the circle for three. No. Rebounded by Hot Rod. You can tell these guys are good athletes. Harper Rebounded by Hubbard. Good. No basket. No basket. We're going to have a charge.
Harper at this point is just a fair shooter. If he gets his feet together, he's a pretty good shooter. Something he's really going to have to work on. But he doesn't mind throwing it up there.
So Hubbard commits his second foul. Half minute left to play in the quarter. Cheeks goes down, and it looks like Williams got a piece of that shot. Price hits another outside try. 19 first half points for Price. Cavaliers lead 61-59. 1 second difference between the game clock and the timer right now. Who's got it? Cavaliers, 2 seconds. Sixers get it back, no shot. Well, this has been a hard-fought first half, and an interesting one simply because both teams have been running. You gotta like the style of this game.
Yes.
And the halftime score, Cavaliers 61, Sixers 59. Also had 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And of course, Mark Price was the big story for the Cavs. He had 19 points, a career high. He shot 7 out of 9, including 3 3-pointers. Williams on a floater, and Barkley has the rebound. Just underway in the third quarter from the Richfield Coliseum. Cheeks guarded against Bagley. And Freed guarded by Harper. Hinson played by Williams. And a left-handed running hook by Hinson. Hinson's second field goal.
That isolation move there of working against Williams could really work.
You know, last night, Hinson had only 1 field goal. It was in the second quarter, and it was the only field goal the Sixers had in that dreadful second quarter. Here's Hubbard, knocked away by Threaton, a clean steal for Sedale. Barkley spins in the middle, of 360, a flip, but nothing at the other end. And here come the Cavaliers as Harper picks it up. The Cavaliers, a young team with 5 rookies, 3 of whom start. Dougherty, who didn't play much in the first half, goes to Hubbard, no good, and a rebound by McCormick. Dougherty played only 6 minutes in the first half. He was 2 for 2 and did not have a rebound. He did have 3 assists. Hinson starts to move. No good, and Bagley picks up the rebound. The Cavaliers trailed by 14 points late stages of the first quarter.
16 seconds to shoot, 16.
The timer shows 16 as the Cavaliers play it in at the baseline. The game being worked by Earl Strom and Lee Jones. Sedale knocked it away. He's come up with another steal. To Cheeks on Bagley, short with it. And Harper rebounds. We're tied at 61 all. We played 2 minutes of the second half. Knocked away by Hinson. Sixers really playing those passing lanes.
You hardly ever see Maurice miss one of those easy layups. He does that so well.
Yeah, we saw that, and we also saw Barkley miss a stuff in the first half tonight. There's 4 points the Sixers should have right now. Hubbard hits, and he has 8 points, and the Cavaliers lead 63-61. McCormick feeds to Hinson. You know, Hinson desperately wants to have a good game tonight against his old teammates. Sedale, 3 buries a long one. 13 for Sedale this evening. Reed coming off a 14-point game last night. The game before, he didn't get in. Hubbard on Barkley. Goaltending on Hinson. Hinson blocked 1 shot in the first half, but he got that one coming down.
And that ball was up in the air just too long. And whenever that ball sits up in the air like that, that's almost automatic goaltending call.
We've got it over and back, and the Sixers have their 9th turnover.
At the end of 3 quarters, Detroit 97, Los Angeles Lakers 83.
Pistons 97, Lakers 83 at the end of 3 quarters tonight. Milwaukee leads Chicago at the end of a quarter 25-17. The Bulls beat them last night in Milwaukee. Harper on the run, short, rebounded by McCormick. Here's Charles, bangs up against Bagley and scores.
The Sixers definitely had the advantage on the break that time. Cleveland had 2 players down in the back court.
Cavaliers take time, 8:37 left in the quarter, and it's 65 all. Cleveland with an interesting stat on their sheet tonight. In the last 3 years in games that Hubbard has started, the team is 46-36, but in games when he has not started, they are 27-74. So he must have some influence on this team. Williams over the shoulder, and he scores.
And he does. He's the hard worker on the club, sort of like the glue for the team. He does the dirty work inside. You got to have players like that out on the court.
Sixers up by 14 tonight, now down by 2. Here's Barkley with Hubbard on him. Gets double teamed. Harper to help out. No good. Here's Harper. To the hoop.
Harper's one of these players that has that ability to drive that ball right down your throat. He has it under control, and he just takes it right to you.
Cavaliers equal their widest edge at 69-65. They had a 4-point lead way back when it was 8-4. McCormick, good. Tim McCormick works inside. He has his second field goal.
Do you notice, Darty, the way he plays defense with the straight hands up? That's the way they teach down in North Carolina. It probably works in college, but it does not work in the pro game. You have to be able to jump with the shooter. You just can't put your hands up. They're going to call fouls on you.
Dougherty here commits a turnover. McCormick on another move. No, Barkley can't control it. And it's rebounded by the Cavs and Dougherty. Flip it off to Williams. Cheeks with those quick hands broke up the play. Saved the field goal there.
And it looked like on that play, John Williams walked a little bit. Got to buy with an extra step.
Can you walk a little bit, or is that like being a little bit pregnant?
You can walk a little bit on occasion. Just like you run on a little bit on occasion.
Bagley from the outside. That's the first score of the game for Bagley. He was 0 for 3 in the first half in 11 minutes.
And when he was having his best year, he was hitting that outside shot consistently. That was the year they did so well in the playoffs. It was against the Sixers. No, Boston.
Boston, yeah, that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they won the series from the Sixers, taking 4 out of 6. Last year, the Sixers swept them 6-0. Charles Barkley going to the free throw line. Charles averaged over 14 rebounds against the Cavaliers last year. What a start Barkley had tonight. He had 17 of the Sixers' 35 first quarter points. And then Charles scored 6 points in the second quarter.
I've often wondered why players, when they miss that first free throw, they practice their stroke. That's a more recent thing that players do nowadays. I don't remember that ever happening going back a few years ago.
Charles has missed 3 free throws tonight. He is 2 out of 5 at the line. Dougherty to the hoop. That's the nicest move we've seen the rookie make tonight.
And Dougherty can make that move going to the right, but that's about it.
73-67. The Sixers were all set to draft him until a day before draft day. Stolen by Hubbard, intercepts the pass. Turnover number 10 on the Sixers. Williams, he missed the layup. And Sedale Freed comes out, and I think the Sixers might have had to call time if Cleveland had scored there. Here's a turnover again, though. We are halfway through this third quarter, and things not going too well right now, and the Cavaliers give it right back. They have a chance to put the clincher on here. They can't do it, but the Sixers take a timeout. 5:51 remaining third quarter. It's Cleveland 73, Sixers 67. Wingate's back in for the Sixers. He was 1 for 2 in the first half. Missed that one. Here come the Cavaliers. Sixers back on D. Harper with a hoop-de-doo. And he doesn't come up with anything. Hinson boards. These Cavaliers have a lot of young talent. Will they be able to harness it and make it a winner? Knocked away by Harper. Cheeks recontrols. Wingate.
That's the question they will have to answer. I've seen so many teams that year after year say they have the youngest team in the league, but they never accomplish anything. So what has to happen with young talent? It has to develop, and you have to show that you can win.
Bagley buries one from the corner, and Bagley, who did not have a field goal in the first half, has 2 this quarter. 75-69 Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are 5-3 at home. They've played a lot of road games. They have 10 of their 15 December games here at home, though.
Matty definitely didn't like that call. No. He got smacked from behind. Look, from this point, an obvious foul.
No foul. Sixers retain possession. Cheeks wide open from the outside. Just inside the three-point territory. There's 14 for Cheeks. Sixers down by 4. Feed inside to Hubbard. And he gets 2 guys on him. Barkley and McCormick were both there. And Barkley draws the foul. That'll be number 2 on Charles.
Hubbard is probably the Cavs' best post-up player. He has those little tricky moves that he uses down low there. A little pump fake, gets that defender up in the air, and did a good job that time. Got to the foul line.
Out of Michigan. He was drafted by Detroit in '79 as an eligible junior. Hubbard now with 11 points, and the Cavs have the Sixers number, at least on the scoreboard. It's 76-71. Hinson blocked by Williams. Boy, they are blocking a lot of shots tonight. And no good, as McCormick has fouled Harper on the drive. Second team foul on the Sixers, number 2 on Mack.
This was a great play in here. Williams is a very good shot blocker and blocked the shot the way it should be blocked, just tapping it, keeping it in bounds. Harper's one of these players that just drives the ball at you. Doesn't make any difference. When he sees a one-on-one situation, he feels he can beat his player and just takes it right to the player.
McCormick leaves. Kenny Green on for the Sixers. Kenny in the first half tonight played 13 minutes and scored 5 points.
Lenny also told me that John Williams is his most dependable player, most steady player.
Well, that's saying something for a rookie, isn't it?
Yes, he thinks he's a well-rounded player. He knows how to play. He can shoot well, rebounds well, block shots, does everything well.
Nothing for Wingate, rebounded by Hubbard. Cavaliers in the first half tonight out-rebounded the Sixers 24-21, and they're doing a good job on the boards here, too. Here's Dougherty, goes around Hinson. Yes, and he's fouled. The personal on Hinson, and the Cavaliers lead by 8.
And this was a learned move. Lenny told me he didn't really have this move. They've worked with him a lot. He likes to shoot that turnout jump shot, but they've taught him how to do the what they call the drop step and duck underneath, which he just showed very effectively.
Charles missed the rebound and just put the gun to his own head. Did you see that?
I missed that.
Timeout Sixers, 3:47 left in the quarter, 79-71 Cleveland. That'll be the last of this road trip, and then the Sixers play 5 straight at home. Williams a little trouble getting it in, tipped by Barkley, but it goes to Harper. Almost stolen again. Tony in the game for the first time. Good by Williams, and he's fouled by Hinson. And the Cavaliers have opened up a 10-point lead.
And the ball was very loose here. Harper makes a real good pass. It was deflected away. Williams had the opening to the basket. The pass was there, and he hit the shot.
And the free throw makes it Cleveland 82, Sixers 71. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Andrew Toney playing for the first time. Did not see action in the first half. There's Andrew. Hinson squares up, but gets it back to Green. Spin around by Kenny. Good.
Kenny Green.
82-73. Some makeup to be done by the Sixers here as they've fallen behind. They had a 14-point lead early tonight, so a 25-point swing. Barkley has nearly tied up Williams. Three-point try, and it's good for Harper. We have seen the Cavs come up with 4 3-pointers tonight. The other 3 of them were by Price, who has not played the second half. Not yet, anyway. Cleveland ball.
And Harper has a lot of guts. I mean, he's really an offensive player. You know, he comes out here to score. He's not been shooting the three-point shot well at all, but still he shoots it.
Tough play for Harper underneath, and there's a Sixer foul. It's on Cheeks.
Foul is on number 10.
McCormick is back in for the Sixers. He'll be in for Henson.
I was going to tell you about Hubbard. Hubbard has the only three-point shot in Cav playoff history. You didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
And something else I'm going to tell you, and this is really trivia and bad humor. He's married to a wife. Her name is Dr. Jackie Williams, a dentist. I bet she has a lot of pull.
Oh, I thought you were going to work in the Mother Hubbard somehow, but it was worse.
That was worse.
No, you were worse.
Is that right?
Listen, we may have to suspend humor here in a minute because these Cavaliers are pulling ahead. It's 87-73, so if you have any more jokes, you better get them out quick.
No, I have no more jokes.
Matty is right in front of our broadcast position. I bet he doesn't want to hear any right now. Cheeks underneath, and the ball is tipped away, but Green comes up with it, and the whistle sounds. He traveled, and all of a sudden now the Sixers with 14 turnovers, and they've committed 6 of them here this quarter. 2:19 left to play in the third quarter, and a good one. Williams and Barkley fouled him, and Charles admits it this time. No argument. You did it.
And Cleveland ran a very good play. They had the ball right in the middle of the court. Barkley came over. He thought they were going to throw the ball to the left side. They throw it to the opposite side. He had to go over and give help and foul.
Barkley now leaves the game as Sadeo Threet comes on. So we're going with a little different combination right here now. Sixers playing with 3 guards as Tony, Cheeks, and Threet are all in the game.
And Matty is making an effort now to try to change the flow of the game and change the tempo. The lineup he's been using has not been working. So maybe they can create some mismatches and get something going.
89-73 as the Sixers slip behind by 16. 2:05 to play third quarter. Sixers playing without some key cogs tonight as Julius is not here and Cliff Robinson not here. Tony batted away. Now we're going to see that little Mark Price come in here and get things moving again. Number 25.
Now this is really an excellent play, but you always try to teach your players when they're blocking the shot to keep the ball in bounds. Not out of bounds because you give the ball back to the team when you do it that way.
Sadeo buries a jumper. With Price into the game, it's the first sub for the Cavaliers here in the quarter. They went the first 10-plus minutes of this quarter not changing anything. And you can't blame them the way things were going. Wilkins just like things the way they were. Bagley bags one. 3 field goals in the quarter for Bagley. It's 91-75. Again, the Cavs by 16. Cheeks. 16 for Mo. Last night, the Sixers with their lowest point total of the year as they garnered just 90 against the Nets. Dougherty looks for help. John Williams didn't want the jumper, goes back to Dougherty. Knocked in by Harper. It looked like offensive interference from here. Matty's screaming about it, but no call.
And Earl was running the other way. I don't even think he saw the play.
What'd you think? I thought it was interference.
I'm not sure.
Cheeks on a drive. It slips away from him, and the Cavaliers come up. There's a 3-on-2 break. Harper to Price. He just adds to a career high.
And Harper on that play drew the defense to him by making a great move going to his left. He knew what was happening out on the floor and found Price for the layup.
Cavaliers by 18 and the crowd's going crazy. That's traveling. He came down with the ball.
What kind of play was that?
How about that? You don't see that very often. Sadeo just had nothing to do with it. Now if the Cavs score here, they'll lead by 20.
They're going into a 2-man game, just going to run out the clock.
Harper for 3, make it 21. At the end of 3 quarters tonight, Cleveland 98, Sixers 77. Sixers have their work cut out for them. Looks like the injuries are taking their toll, Gene.
There's no doubt about it. The Sixers are really weakened with the lineup that they have to be using.
And here's a turnover to start the quarter. In the lane, Williams fires. It is good, and the Cavs lead by 23. 100-77, and the Sixers have been outscored by 34 points over the last 2 quarters, plus that field goal. And the Cavs get it again as Wingate gets in trouble at the baseline and can't get the shot. Here's Price, who has already scored a career-high 21. Dougherty with Barkley, and the Cavaliers lead by 25, and the Sixers take time out. 11:08 to go, and it's 102-77. The Cavaliers have scored 11 points in a row. Here's McCormick, and he scores for the Sixers, which is bad news for Mark Talamona of Philadelphia. He picked Charles Barkley to score first in the quarter. He will get, however, a Sixer starter jacket. Dougherty flips it up, but not in. Rebounded by Williams. Hot rod score.
Dougherty is not a very good post-up player, according to Lenny, but he's learning. It's something he really is learning and working at.
Barkley.
And it looks like they're going to him more and more, you know, so he can get his confidence level up.
Charles got off to the great start tonight, hitting 17 of the Sixers' 35 points in the opening quarter, but he's tailed off since. Of course, nobody could keep up that pace. Hubbard. He has 13 points. That's over his average, and the Cavaliers lead 106-81. Barkley goes baseline, reverse, no, block. Taken down by Hubbard. Ahead on the run to Johnny Newman. Barkley boards. The Cavaliers broke it open in the third quarter, and they did it with the same lineup for 10 minutes. McCormick. 106-83, 9.5 minutes to play.
And the Sixers are in no position now to be exchanging baskets. They have to give themselves a chance by having some aggressive defense and holding the other team without some baskets for a while to get themselves back in the game.
Hubbard has it knocked away, and there's one steal. Now the Sixers have to convert. Basket by Wingate. 106-85. It's going to be interesting to see how the Cavaliers, what they do. They got their lead by running, and of course, right now they can't run. Steal again by Henson. On Price.
That could be the breakaway rule, unless he got him from the side. That rule says if you reach in from the side, it's just a normal foul. And in fact, Price does reach in from the side, so that is not what they consider a breakaway rule.
He will get 2 shots, though. He's going to the line. Henson led the Cavaliers in rebounding last year, nearly 8 per game. Cleveland calls a timeout. We have 9 minutes remaining in the action tonight. It's 106-86 Cavs. Gene, when you're a coach and a former player, as both you and Matty are and were, don't you feel like sometimes just jumping out on the court and making something happen?
No.
Good. Now, glad you don't. But seriously, the coach tries hard to have some influence on what's going on.
Oh, you feel so frustrated certain times when you're coaching because you're, as a coach, as Matty is doing, he's telling the players all the right things. And quite frankly, sometimes it just doesn't work. And there's so many things that happen in the game. You can play a fine game, play a great game, and get beat by a team that plays better. Tonight, I mean, the Sixers have really gotten taken out of this game in the third quarter because the Cleveland team has just absolutely played great. And they can make you look bad.
Well, they came up empty there. No free throw and offensive rebound, but no field goal. And here's the quick-moving Price. He's been very effective. Mark Price out of Georgia Tech. Price drafted by Dallas, but they had so many guards in camp they gave up on him. And Price scores!
And who said he wasn't fast enough?
Here's a steal by Harper. And it is showtime here in Cleveland. The Cavaliers lead 110-86. Barkley goes on in and but his team is trailing 110-88.
And we've seen some great shots at the basket tonight, just not enough of them from the Sixers.
There's a steal. Sixers defense has caused the Cavs a few turnovers here. Barkley double fake, baseline move, Henson foul.
Foul is on number 18, Conrad Williams.
Williams draws the foul. That's the first he's committed tonight.
Team second.
And a couple of free throws coming for Henson. Henson third in the league in block shots, 2.9 a night.
Oftentimes when you come back to the city where you played and played well, you think about it a lot. You sit in your room where you really want to do so well. And what generally happens, you get so keyed up, you come out and you just don't perform the way you used to.
Henson said he had to take the phone off the hook today. 110-90 favor the Cavs. Kicked by Cheeks, a new 24-second clock for the Cavaliers. In the third quarter, rebounding totals, Cavaliers 35, Sixers 28 for the game. Whistle. Foul on McCormick.
The foul is on number 40, Tim McCormick.
Number 3 on McCormick.
That's his third, Tim Curry.
That's the first team foul on the Sixers here in the quarter. Barkley picks up number 4.
That's his fourth. Team
Mark
second.
West is in the game now for the Cavaliers. He wears number 41. There's Mark. Harper forming the backcourt with Price. Stolen by Barkley. Charles, I'd rather do it myself, Barkley.
There are not many people going to stop him coming down the floor. There's another steal.
Wingate, he's fouled. Sixers going to go to the line, and you can see Lenny starting to see them as things begin to crumble. His team looked great for a while, and now all of a sudden they're very careless.
And I was about to say before the last 2 or 3 steals, we'll see this steal first. It looked like he just gave it to Charles on that play. Charles, again, the whole lane area spreads apart when he takes the ball down the middle of the floor. There aren't those little people going to be in there trying to stop him.
Now Turpin comes in, leading the game is Doherty. Wingate's pair, and it's 110-94.
Anyway, Lenny has to be very excited with this young group of players. Talented. It's a very challenging job for him.
No good for Price. Rebounded by McCormick, and another chance for the Sixers to inch closer. Cheeks. Ooh. But Cheeks gets another try. Good. 110-96. They led by 25 at 102-77. Sixers have had a good run here.
Couple more steals, you never know.
You never know. Harper circles off. Here's Turpin just off the bench. Blocked by Henson. 2-on-1 break. Barkley gets into it. And it's 110-98. Cavalier timeout. 6:17 to go. It's a ball game again.
Sixers going to put on some pressure now. They might even zone trap.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Cavaliers get it across midcourt.
There's plenty of time in the game if the Sixers can just sustain some good defense.
That's right, down by just 12 now after trailing by 25. Double teaming the ball. Baseline Harper. Harper has 30 points tonight. Cheeks from the outside, way outside. You don't usually see Maurice take one from that range. Offensive rebound, Barkley. Stolen, Harper flashes across, intercepts up ahead to Price. Barkley tried his best to block that, couldn't get there. 114-98. McCormick is posted, they double team him. Blocked by Turpin. How many shots have the Cavs blocked tonight? Over 10 anyway.
players continually block that ball out of bounds. That's one of the things I used to hate in coaching, because the team gets the ball back. You want to keep that ball in play.
Bill Russell, the master of that. Here comes Harper again. And the Sixers have it. Barkley thinks about three. He got three. That was a three-pointer for Barkley, who has 36 points. Charles Barkley has just tied his career high of 36. No good for Price. Offensive rebound, Hubbard.
And that was a big rebound right there.
Sixers down by 13, you bet it was. 4:42 to play. And with the first 24, Cavaliers going to run the clock a little bit and catch their breath.
Harper's going to work on his own.
He lost it. Now he's tapped away from it.
6 seconds to shoot. 6 seconds.
And Earl Strom is telling Harper, I'll call him.
Yeah, Earl is letting the young rookie know that he's been in the league for 80 years and should know what he's doing.
Barkley takes the challenge. Here come the Sixers, 2-on-2. Cheeks to the hoop, good.
Did I get that right? It might have been 85 years.
I thought it was 90. It's 114 to 103, favor of the Cavs, but this is still a ball game as the Sixers have clawed their way back into it. Near each star Charles is out of bounds. Too bad. Accurate call, it happened right in front of us.
That's ball.
Channel 17, WPHL TV, Philadelphia, sending the action to you as always. We'll be back on Tuesday night from Milwaukee, 8 o'clock. Turpin, nobody was fouled. A couple of free throws coming for Turpin.
The Sixers defense just wasn't set in this situation. They were just not organized well. Turpin was able to just take the ball to the basket and missed an easy shot.
4:06 to play, and it's an 11-point Cleveland spread. You figure you're back in it when you get it under double figures, and the Sixers are right on the brink of it, but couldn't quite pull it off, not yet. Well, now they're down by a dozen as they have possession. Barkley gets it, cross court, Cheeks is open, that's a three-pointer, good! And the Sixers have it to 9, 115 to 106.
With plenty of time left in this game. Just no foul, just good defense.
Just under 4 minutes to play.
What you want to try to do now with the Cavs is just make them become a little timid with the ball.
And that could happen with a young team. Hubbard to the hoop, throws it up, no good. Ball on the floor, picked up by McCormick. Here come the Sixers. Wingate. Cheeks, good. Sixers are down by 7. 115-108.
More of the same now, Andy. More of the same. Just good defense, no fouls, and rebound the basketball.
What a comeback by the Sixers. They're trying to go to Williams, and they get it to him. Here's Hot Rod. No good. Sixer ball.
Now, if the three is available, you don't want to be looking for a three on this shot. But if it's available and it's open, it's a great time for the three.
115-108 to Barkley. McCormick dropped it, and the Sixers have lost it.
Yeah, and that's a tough pass for Tim McCormick to catch. That tough bounce pass that skims along the floor.
Cavaliers
take time. 2:51 left in an exciting game, and the Cavs lead it 115-108.
The Sixers must apply pressure now with 2:51 to go. Lots of time in this game. They don't want to foul, but they have to apply some pressure, try to get a steal. They might come into some zone trapping situation. Certainly, if not that, they come into a hard man-to-man defense.
And here's Big Wayne Embry, the general manager of this team.
And is he happy with the team? I talked to him earlier. There isn't one thing about the team he doesn't like at this point.
Wayne just got the job this last summer, and right after retired Lenny Wilkins.
And he didn't really want to sign World because he said he had a young team. He was committed to the youth.
A near steal, just running out of room. Hinson nearly picked Turpin's pocket. 5 seconds now for the Cavs to get a shot away.
Big play right now, this possession.
Yeah, 2:33 to go. It's up for grabs. Loose ball foul goes against Cleveland and Turpin. Foul on Turpin. His second.
That's his second.
Cleveland's fourth. 2:31 to play. Sixers down by 7.
I want to emphasize again that the shot for 2 points is good, but if the 3 becomes available, it's not a bad shot in this situation.
Barkley goes for 3. Came up empty that time. That would have really helped. Price with the rebound. Here's Hubbard. Barkley right out there with him.
2 minutes.
Hit the 2-minute mark. Into the post. Here's Williams. Hot rod. Big field goal. Timeout Sixers. 1:54 left in the game. It's 117 to 108. As the Sixers really had the Cavs on the run there for a while. They had it down to 7 after falling behind by 25. And boy, this really takes a lot of start time to play ball like this.
It does, and of course, Charles shot that 3-point shot. That is a big shot in that situation. That brings it down to 4 points, and then you never know what's going to happen. Down here on the other hand, John shot that tough shot there. Plenty. What he's telling his team now, he wants them to be under control. The Sixers, he's reminding them, I'm sure, that they can come down and shoot 3s. They want to be conscious of that. They definitely want to play good, solid defense and don't foul. Always remind your players not to foul, because when you're in the bonus situation, one of the worst things that can happen is bring the ball to half court and you foul them right away. That looks like some neat diagram, and I couldn't tell you one thing what's going on there. There's a lot of cutting going on. They're probably talking about different rotations that they'll go through defensively as they try to post up certain players. You know, the coaches, a long time ago, not too long ago, the coaches would allow parents to come into the huddle. And it was a very popular thing, but we had some bad experiences where there are a whole lot of things that happen in those huddles. Sometimes players get very angry, there's words with the coaches and so forth. And we had a couple coaches that did not look good in those situations. So the coaches in their big meeting banded together and said we were not going to allow them to come into the huddle anymore. Williams on this play, I thought he walked. He looked like he changed his pivot foot. Maybe he didn't. But he made a very good shot. The defense was good. Tim McCormick jumped with the shooter.
Here's a 3-point try by Cheeks. A little off target. Hinson fights for the rebound. Goes in with a strong move and scores. 1:45 to play. Sixers down by 7. Now they need a steal. Put a little pressure on. Cavaliers using clock. It's to their advantage. And Wingate picks Price's pocket, and Price is hurt. Wingate scores. Price is hurt. 117-112. And a 5-second violation for the Cavaliers. Sixers get the ball. That's a costly turnover. Very costly, and the Sixers have it back. Stolen from the Sixers. Harper. He nearly missed it. Here is a Sixer timeout. 1:18 to play. Cleveland leads 119-112. And that would have been something had that field goal been blown right there.
And that's not the shot that you want. And that's why coaches get old very quickly when you're trying to work on your playground shot. But it's a very important part of the game.
Let's see what happened to Price. Rolled over on that.
Wingate just made a good play on the ball. He just hung in there and got the steal. Price looks like he hurt his elbow. That does really hurt when you bang your elbow down on the court. But anyway, this last shot was shot down here by Harper. Could have been a very bad mistake. What you always want to play like that, just lay the ball up and in. Don't work on your slam dunk championship games All-Star break. Philly now is definitely going to have to think about a three-point shot. A good way to get a three-point shot is to get the ball down to the post player. If the post player doesn't get double coverage, let him work by himself and take two. If they double, find the open player in the three-point area. That's generally the best way to do it. Money, of course, is telling his team that could be happening, so they might double team with a player that does not shoot the three-point shot. That's very possible.
Detroit 119, LA 114. Atlanta 122, New York 110. 86-84, Washington leads Boston in the fourth quarter tonight. Indiana defeated New Jersey 95-91 earlier. Here's Barkley on a drive. Nobody stopped him. They let him have that one. 119-114, a minute 12 to go. Sixers need a steal. Interesting that Cleveland has Price out there and not Bagley. Critical stage of this game.
Price is a great free throw shooter and an outstanding ball handler.
Harper flips it. Oh, it's off the foot of Cheeks, but he's out of room. Just out of room. What a shame. Cleveland maintains it, and somebody tossed the ball in. I didn't see who did it, but from mid-court, somebody put the ball in the hoop.
Well, they will only have 5 seconds left on the clock.
Tough inbound. Here it comes to Price with Cheeks. Maurice blocked the shot. Barkley's got it. 46 seconds to go.
3 on this play.
Cheeks on a tough drive. Barkley fights for the rebound. Cheeks has it. A little disorganized. Into Barkley again. Henson. It's 119-116. 32 seconds to go.
Now you can't foul, and in a play like this, you got to.
And Price gets in. Banks one in. He was unguarded. The Sixers need a three-pointer here. 21 seconds to go. Cheeks fires for it. Short. Cleveland ball. 14 seconds to go. Cleveland by 5.
That was a gutty play on the part of Price because you would think they would just hold the ball out in that situation.
Sixers had to foul there. They did so to stop the clock. Wingate commits the foul. 11 seconds remaining. Cleveland by 5. What a game.
Price, he's coming right down to the floor. He's going to shoot it. He wants the shot. That's great confidence. I'm not so sure it was smart, but it was great confidence.
Now the Sixers get the ball, and they take an immediate 20-second timeout. Weeknights at 6. Go to the head of the class with Claire and Natalie and the rest of the Eastman girls as they make the grade on the facts of life here on The Great Entertainer.
What they need now is just a quick play. They have the ball, run a quick play. Ideally, you'd like to run some type of three-point shot if you can to try to cut it down to 2 points. But if you can't, take the 2 and then foul.
Hubbard tried to hand the ball in. He did not pass it. That's why the Sixers have possession here. 11 seconds to go. That was a pretty bad play for Hubbard. Here's Barkley for 3. It is good. A three-pointer.
You have to foul right away. You have to foul right away.
And they do. Stop it with 7 seconds to go. It's Harper to go to the line. Sedale stopped it right away. It's 121-119. Charles Barkley with a career high now. 41 points. And here's that three-pointer.
That's a great play that they ran to get that 3-point. Harper might be the right person to foul here.
Well, as you said, they really didn't have a chance to be selected. The next one's the big one, right? It's 122-119 now.
I don't think the Sixers have another timeout left. They're going to have to just take it and go with it. Shoot the 3. Yep.
Oh, big free throw by Harper. Wingate should have fallen to the floor.
So that's the play when you shoot out there in that area. He should have fallen to the floor. That's Wingate. He'll learn how to do that because that ball could have gone in. That's how you get those 4-point shots.
3 seconds on the clock. Sixers down by 4. Wingate to the line. Here was a blowout at one stage. Sixers down by 25, and they're going to lose apparently at the wire.
You got to make them both and foul.
Okay, let's go, Red, let's go. Wait till I go.
Or miss it, you can shoot the 3. Now he's got to hit the rim.
Missed it on purpose.
Got to hit the rim, so you have to hit the rim.
You can't just slap it off the board.
Cannot just hit it off the board.
Now we have 1 second went off the clock, and Strom says it shouldn't have. I think they're going to put a second back. It's down to 2, but they're going to restore it to 3. Yeah, they put 3 back. So it's back to 3. Sixers need a steal. Need a steal and an immediate 3. Hubbard to inbound. He threw it the right way, all right. Williams is stripped. 1 second to go. What a run the Sixers made tonight, but they fell too far behind. Great comeback, but from 25 down. That shot is no good, and this ball game is over, and the Cavaliers have won the game. Final score, Cleveland 123, 76ers 120. And they never do fit into a bowl. They're always different, aren't they?